If you've been feeling like people are more reactive, more defensive, or just downright cold lately, it's not in your head. Something has already entered your life, quietly, invisibly, and it's moving through you, whether you've noticed it or not. Conversations feel tense. People flinch at the truth. One moment you feel fine, the next, it's like the weight of everyone else's energy has fallen on your chest. That's not mood. That's not stress. That's a cosmic pressure test. And it just began. Because as of now, something real is happening in the sky. Pallas Retrograde in Aquarius. And no, this isn't Mercury retrograde. This one doesn't mess with your phone. It messes with your mind. It presses on your emotional center, your decisions, your logic, your inner balance. It doesn't create chaos. It reveals where it's already been hiding. So if your thoughts feel louder, your emotions more fragile, and people around you seem to be acting strange without explanation, trust me, this isn't just life being messy. This is the test the universe reserved for the emotionally mature, and the next few weeks are going to show you exactly where you stand. Now here's what they don't tell you. This kind of retrograde isn't chaotic for everyone. It's a filter, a reveal. The ones who have built emotional intelligence, strategy, clarity, they rise. While those who hide behind their egos, behind victimhood, behind manipulation, they fall apart. Not because they're bad, but because they're being shown the truth of their own inner imbalance. And the universe, it's done letting people coast on borrowed wisdom. Now it's only rewarding those who've done the internal work, or those who are brave enough to begin it. Let me say it clearly. This isn't a time to be passive. If you keep ignoring this shift, the pressure will only grow. You'll start snapping, doubting, pushing away the very things you're meant to learn from. But if you listen, if you observe and align, you'll start seeing patterns, clarity, power. The world won't feel like it's attacking you. It'll feel like it's training you. Think of it like this. When the tide rises, weak foundations crumble. But strong ships, they sail higher than ever before. Pallas Retrograde is the rising tide. Your thoughts, your habits, your reactions, these are the waters you're navigating now. The storm isn't coming, it's here. But you weren't thrown into it to drown. You were sent here to remember that you're the one who knows how to sail through it, because your spirit has done this before. And maybe part of you is asking, why now? Why does this feel so intense when everything was just starting to settle? Because comfort was never the goal. Growth is, evolution is, and the universe doesn't wait for you to feel ready before it begins to sharpen you. It begins when you're aligned. And if you're watching this, you already are. You're not here by accident. Your timing is perfect. You're one of the few being handed a mirror and being told, look deeper, choose better, rise higher. And I promise you, there's one secret about this retrograde that no one else is talking about. One truth that once you understand it, will flip your perspective completely. A spiritual plot twist that'll explain why everything feels like it's breaking down at the exact same time. I'll reveal that in a moment, but first, you need to know why this moment is so important. So if your energy already feels it, if your soul has been whispering that something's happening, don't scroll away. You are already in the transformation, and the best thing you can do is stay awake inside it. Like this video to confirm that you're aligned. Subscribe for what's coming next, because this isn't just astrology. It's your emotional upgrade in motion, and if you feel this shift in your bones, drop the number 77 in the comments to mark the moment you stopped reacting and started rising. What's coming next in this video might just explain everything you've been feeling. Keep watching. The real shift is just beginning. Number 1. What even is Pallas Retrograde and why it's not like Mercury? Let's clear something up. This retrograde is not Mercury retrograde. If you're waiting for your phone to crash or your emails to send to the wrong person, that's not what this is about. This is deeper, smarter, and honestly, a lot more personal. Pallas Retrograde doesn't mess with your devices. It messes with your decisions. It doesn't scramble your messages. It questions your entire strategy for life. Pallas Athena in astrology is not a planet. It's an asteroid. But don't let that fool you. Asteroids like Pallas carry intense, specific energy. And hers? She's the goddess of strategy, wisdom, clarity, and emotional intelligence. She doesn't come in shouting, she watches quietly. And when she moves backward, what we call retrograde, it's like the universe puts your mental playbook under a microscope. So what does that mean, really? It means this isn't just about thinking, it's about how you think. It's not just about emotions, it's about how you respond to emotions. Pallas Retrograde doesn't ask you to react faster. It asks, is the way you've been reacting even smart? It pokes your patterns. It challenges your logic. It whispers, why do you keep doing that when it doesn't work anymore? Now let's add a layer. This retrograde is happening in Aquarius. That's a big deal. Aquarius is the sign of the collective mind. It rules humanity, innovation, detachment, and the future. So this retrograde doesn't just hit your personal life. It ripples into your relationships, your friendships, your place in the group. Suddenly, the way you think about people changes. You start to notice how much of your behavior was about fitting in, pleasing, performing, playing a role that kept the peace, but cost you clarity. You might be wondering, so what's going to happen? Am I just going to start doubting everyone? Not quite, but the filter is about to sharpen. You'll start to feel irritated by fake energy. You'll notice manipulation where you used to see charm. You'll sense when someone's helping out of love or out of control. The fog lifts, the mask cracks, and you'll be asked, can you stay calm when everything around you starts revealing its real face? This is why it's not like Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde asks what needs to be fixed. Pallas retrograde asks what needs to be rethought. It's not about glitches, it's about upgrades. Imagine this. You're holding a map. It's old, worn, stained. You've been using it for years, but something always felt off. You'd take the same turns and end up stuck. Now Pallas retrograde grabs that map, slaps it on the table and says, let's actually look at where this is taking you, not just emotionally, logically. It's surgical, cold, wise. And Aquarius energy? That adds the big picture. It's like suddenly zooming out and realizing you were playing a game you never wanted to be in, following a strategy that wasn't yours, believing thoughts that were never questioned. You'll start rethinking everything from how you set boundaries, to how you handle group conflict, to why you keep offering emotional labor to people who give you nothing back. This retrograde is asking, is your logic working for you or against you? Is your emotional calm real or rehearsed? And here's the twist. Not everyone will see this. Not everyone will feel it. That's why you're here. You were meant to notice, to tune in. Because once you do, you gain the one thing this world lacks more than anything: emotional strategy. This isn't a time to break down, it's a time to break through. So as Pallas retrograde begins, don't be surprised if people start saying you've changed. Because you have. You're not reacting anymore, you're thinking. And that right now, that's your superpower. Keep watching, because in the next part, we'll talk about why people around you are starting to act strange, and how to know who's falling apart and who's being filtered out for good. Number 2, this retrograde isn't random. It targets your weakest point. This retrograde isn't random. It's not spinning through the sky, blindly throwing emotional chaos at whoever's nearby. No, this retrograde is precise. It targets you where it hurts most, not to break you, but to reveal you. And where does it hit? Right at the place you've been pretending the longest. The place where your voice says, I'm fine, but your energy is screaming for space. The part of you that smiles politely while your jaw is clenched so tight it's giving you a headache. This energy knows where you've been faking your peace, and it's not fooled. Pallas Retrograde is like the universe walking into your inner house, heading straight for the messy room you've kept behind a locked door and flinging it wide open. No warning, no knock, just boom, here it is. Now what are you going to do with it? Hide it again or clean it up? Maybe you've been emotionally performing, telling yourself you're over it, that you've moved on, that nothing bothers you anymore. But deep down, you know that's not entirely true. This retrograde doesn't punish you for that, it exposes it. And exposure is uncomfortable, it stings, it makes you squirm. But it's the only way to finally breathe again. Think of your emotional self like a cup. On the outside, it looks full of peace. But this retrograde, it shakes the table. And what spills out tells the truth. Is it calm, or is it resentment? Is it clarity, or confusion disguised as confidence? And yes, it's frustrating. You might feel angry, tired, overwhelmed. You might ask, why now? Why is this happening when I've been doing everything right? But that's the point. It's because you're ready. You've been carrying emotional habits that used to serve you, but no longer fit who you're becoming. And the universe knows it's time to outgrow the mask. This isn't to hurt you, it's to refine you. The storm isn't the problem, it's the purifier. So if you find yourself crying out of nowhere, snapping unexpectedly, or feeling emotionally raw, it's not weakness. It's your soul detoxing what you've kept hidden too long. Let it rise, let it spill, and then let it go. Because after the shaking, you get to choose what goes back in the cup. Number 3. Why everyone around you might start acting weird or distant. Have you noticed it? That weird shift in people's behavior lately. One day they're warm, present, responding to your messages. The next day, it's like they vanished. No explanation, no closure, just silence. Maybe someone close to you suddenly snapped over something small. Maybe a conversation felt colder than usual, like there was an invisible wall between you and them that wasn't there before. You didn't imagine that. And no, it's not your fault. This is the ripple effect of Pallas Retrograde in Aquarius. It's a cosmic update to how we connect with each other. Normally, Pallas helps us strategize. It gives us clear thinking and emotional wisdom when it comes to how we show up in groups, relationships, and conversations. But now, that clarity is turning inward. The system is rebooting. And just like when a computer restarts, everything goes a little weird for a while. Aquarius is the sign of the collective mind, how we function inside communities, friend circles, online spaces, and even silent spiritual networks. So when Pallas goes retrograde in Aquarius, it messes with how we think about people. It brings up the unconscious judgments, hidden expectations, and repressed emotions we've been projecting onto others without even realizing it. And here's the part no one wants to admit. It also reveals who's only been in your life because you made things easy for them. When you stop overgiving, stop explaining, stop softening your truth, some people start to disappear. It's not because you did something wrong. It's because your emotional upgrade just made their comfort zone uncomfortable. Imagine you're a tuning fork. You used to vibrate at a certain level that matched the people around you. But now, your frequency is rising. Naturally, people who are no longer in sync with that frequency will start to drift. Not because of conflict, but because of contrast. This retrograde also brings emotional detachment. That's the Aquarius influence. You might start feeling distant from people you once adored, or maybe they're suddenly distant from you. And while that might feel cold, it's not cruelty, it's a cosmic test of empathy. The question becomes, can you still respond with grace even when people are acting strange? Can you hold space for emotional weirdness without abandoning yourself? Not everyone will pass that test, but you just might. Number 4. If you're feeling emotional right now, it's not a weakness. If you're feeling extra emotional right now, more sensitive, easily triggered, or on the edge of tears for no clear reason, you're not broken, you're not weak, you're not too much. In fact, The very opposite is true. You're being refined. What you're feeling isn't collapse, it's stripping. You're being peeled back to the rawest part of yourself, the part that can't be faked anymore. This isn't emotional chaos, it's emotional clarity. You're not falling apart, you're falling into alignment. You see, the universe isn't punishing you with these waves of feeling. It's training you, stretching you, making you strong in the place where most people collapse, the emotional battlefield. And right now, that battlefield isn't outside, it's within. The arguments, the tears, the inner resistance, they're the sound of armor coming off, of truth being born. Think of your emotions like a dashboard in your car. The lights don't come on to annoy you, they come on to warn you. They tell you something's low, something's overheating, something needs your attention. You wouldn't cover the lights with tape just to avoid the problem. You'd investigate, you'd respond. That's what this retrograde is asking you to do with yourself. Still, you might wonder, why is this hitting me harder than others? Why can't I just stay calm like they do? Because your system is open, awake. Sensitive doesn't mean fragile. It means you're feeling the energy that others are too disconnected to notice. They're numb to the storm. You're tuned in to every shift in the air. That's not weakness, that's power. But it only becomes power if you learn to read it, to hold it, to respond to it, instead of reacting from it. Here's the truth. Weakness is not feeling too much. Weakness is pretending you feel nothing. You're not here to suppress your soul just to make others comfortable. You're here to master it. So let yourself feel. Let the waves move through you. Cry if you need to. Rest, breathe, then stand up with clearer eyes and a calmer heart, because you didn't drown in your emotion. You listened to it, and that's what makes you stronger than you were yesterday. Number 5. Why this retrograde might actually be your biggest advantage. This retrograde might feel intense, but what if I told you it's actually your secret advantage? While everyone else is losing their minds, caught in drama, overreacting or ghosting without explanation, you have the rare chance to rise above it all, not because you're faking calm, but because you've learned to command it. The emotionally wise will rise during this cycle. Why? Because when chaos hits, most people default to reaction. They lash out, shut down, explode, or disappear. But not you. You're not reacting, you're responding. You're sitting in the middle of emotional storms and analyzing patterns like a cosmic detective, while others throw tantrums over a delayed text. You're decoding the real reason behind your trigger, transmuting it and moving on like nothing happened. That's power. Think of it like walking into a crowded room filled with mirrors. Everyone's panicking because they keep bumping into their own reflection. But you've figured out the angles. You see clearly. You move with purpose. That's the gift of this retrograde. It gives you a level of clarity most people never reach. And maybe you're asking, why is this so hard for everyone else? Why does it feel like I'm watching the world spiral while I'm just trying to breathe? Because you've been chosen to see. The universe doesn't test the weak to destroy them. It tests the ready to upgrade them. And if you're in the middle of this shift, it's because your soul can handle it. More than that, it can master it. Calm isn't just a mood anymore, it's a weapon. In a world that thrives on noise, reaction, blame, and emotional shortcuts, your ability to pause, breathe, and respond is not just impressive, it's rare. And rare energy, it doesn't go unnoticed. You're not here to play in the emotional sandbox anymore. You're here to build the blueprint that others will one day follow. While they scream, you'll strategize. While they flail, you'll focus. That's the game. That's the upgrade. And yes, it's hard, but that's how you know it's working. This retrograde isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. It's here to unlock the version of you that stays calm under pressure and becomes unstoppable because of it. Number 6. Old patterns are coming back, but not to stay. If it feels like old patterns are creeping back into your life right now, old habits, old thoughts, even old people, it's not a glitch, and it's not punishment. This isn't regression, it's rehearsal. The universe is not sending you backward. It's giving you one last look at who you used to be. So you can decide, once and for all, if that version still belongs in your future. These triggers, they're not random. They're checkpoints, they're emotional echoes asking, are you still that person? Or have you learned enough to respond differently this time? You might catch yourself thinking, why am I feeling this again? I thought I already healed from this. And maybe you did, but healing isn't linear. Sometimes the wound doesn't come back, it just gets tested. And this retrograde is one big spiritual exam, not to shame you, but to show you how far you've actually come. Imagine you're a black belt in emotional growth, but what good is a black belt if you never spar? The universe doesn't want theory, it wants application, so it throws an old trigger in your path and watches quietly. Will you panic? Will you run? Or will you breathe, pause, and respond like the version of you that's finally fully awake? Maybe your overthinking is coming back, or that toxic urge to people please. Maybe the silence from someone is making you want to chase, to explain, to beg. But this time, you catch yourself. That moment, that choice, is the evidence that you're not who you were. That's what this retrograde is about. It's not bringing the past back to haunt you. It's bringing it back to free you. One final round in the ring. One last test. Because the old version of you, it's not evil, it's outdated, it served a purpose, but it can't come with you into your next chapter. This is your moment to show the universe, I'm not playing that game anymore. You're not here to keep repeating cycles, you're here to complete them. So when the pattern shows up, don't panic. Recognize it, breathe through it, respond from the future, not the past. You're not stuck. You're rehearsing your rise. Number 7. Use this retrograde to see through people fast. This retrograde is not just about your inner world. It's about your outer circles too. And if you've been sensing that certain people around you are off, trust that feeling. Because during Pallas Retrograde, masks don't just slip, they shatter without you saying a word. This isn't about confrontation. You won't need to fight, argue, or dig for the truth. You'll feel it, you'll see it. People will start revealing themselves through small things. A sarcastic comment, a shift in tone, sudden distance, subtle jealousy when something good happens to you. You'll sense it in their body language, in their delay to respond, in the way they change when you stop people-pleasing. It's like your aura turns into a lie detector. Your energy becomes a mirror, and not everyone likes what they see in it. You might ask, why is this person suddenly acting strange? Why are they cold now that I'm growing? It's because you're no longer feeding what they used to rely on, your attention, your emotional labor, your need for their approval. And now that you're changing, they're forced to look at what's been fake in the connection all along. This retrograde reveals the manipulators, the energy leeches, the fake supporters, the ones who only clap for you when they're ahead, the ones who drain you subtly and call it just needing to vent. It's not loud exposure, it's energetic, silent, but obvious. Think of it like this. You're a radio tower, and your frequency is tuning up. People who don't match the station anymore, they hear static. And instead of tuning themselves, they pull away or lash out. That's not rejection, that's alignment. Let them fall away. This isn't cruelty, it's clarity. This retrograde isn't about building walls, it's about installing windows. You're not shutting people out, you're seeing them clearly. And clarity is a gift you can't unsee. You don't need to cut everyone off, but you do need to observe. Because when someone shows you who they are in this energy, believe it. Your spirit knows the truth faster than your mind can explain it. Let the exposure happen. It's not drama, It's divine sorting. Number 8. What the universe is really trying to teach you right now. So what is the universe really trying to teach you right now? Because let's be honest, when everything feels like it's cracking open, it's easy to assume you're being punished, that something's wrong, that you're slipping backwards. But that's not what's happening, not even close. This retrograde isn't here to break you, it's here to sharpen you. The goal of this retrograde isn't chaos, it's clarity, mental clarity, emotional mastery, inner alignment so strong that nothing fake, no lie, no performance, no manipulative relationship can survive in your space anymore. You're being refined, not ruined, sculpted, not shattered. Think of your life like a sword being forged. To the outside, it looks like destruction, heat, pressure, hammering. But what's really happening? You're becoming sharper, more precise, more powerful. And what's the first thing a blacksmith does when the blade is done? He tests it. That's what this retrograde is. The universe holding you up to the light and asking, is it strong yet? Is it true? Can this soul be trusted with more? You might be asking, why does this feel so personal? Why is everything surfacing at once? Because it's meant to. You can't fix what stays buried, and you can't evolve if you're still clinging to the outdated tools of survival, overthinking, fake peace, self-abandonment, emotional silence. This retrograde is your invitation to rise, to become the version of you that doesn't shrink under pressure, but commands it. It's not punishment, it's preparation. The universe is teaching you how to observe without reacting, how to trust your energy more than people's words, how to feel deeply without falling apart. And once you master that, you'll be dangerous in the best way, because someone who can feel everything, but still choose peace, someone who can see through people, but still move with grace, someone who can be tested and still hold their vision, that person is unshakable. That's what you're becoming. So don't run from this pressure. Let it refine you. Let it clear the noise. Let it break what was never built to last. Because when this retrograde ends, you won't just be wiser, you'll be untouchable. And that's the real gift of this entire shift. And now you know what this retrograde was really about. It wasn't random, and it wasn't here to break you. It was here to build you, stronger, sharper, smarter. The chaos, that was the training. The emotions, that was the cleanse. If this message hit you right where you needed it, like the video to anchor this shift in your field. Subscribe for more guidance during this powerful retrograde season, and drop the number 77 in the comments to show the universe you're not hiding from this test. You're rising through it. Your upgrade has already begun.